Good evening, welcome back to DXB today, where we are talking all things culinary delights. And you can see a few of them on the table, but before we introduce them, we have to introduce the person that made them, because our next guest has always had an eye for design. So she decided to channel that creative flair into the world of food. And joining us now, she is in the studio, Trisha Singh Eno, executive pastry chef at 5 LUXE. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
And tell us about your eye for design and how that led to food. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I grew up...
The egg or the whisk?
The egg or the whisk. The egg came first,
Definitely.
I think.
But for you, how did you get into the world of food?
Well, I always wanted to be a fashion designer, following my mother's footsteps. That's what I dreamed of. I cracked through the entrance of NIF, National Institute of Fashion Designing. And then somehow the stars aligned, and I also got through one of Oberoi training programs that was for chefs. And rest is history, here I am. So I think at the end of the day, both are creative fields. Whether it's fashion designing or pastry, I think art and creativity is something so special. The beautiful intersection of both. So, so I absolutely love what I do in terms of that. And I think both the fields is show in my creations,
Absolutely.
I believe.
So when I look at how meticulously structured all this is, it just makes me think, like, how often does it go wrong? Because I've tried to make things before at home, and it never looks like that. Like,
You and me together.
How many years of practice and how many times does it go wrong before you can create something that looks so delicious?
Well, to be honest, things can go wrong every day, you know. It's something or the other. It's the journey that leads up to this. If you don't fail, if nothing goes wrong, I mean, I can never do this at all. So I am kind of a perfectionist, which is great, and sometimes it can be also, I need to take a step back and being like carrying these pastries over here, I was having a hard
I can
time.
imagine.
It was like baby on board. I should have had a sticker at back. I was so careful with it because it's so delicate. So, so it's everything, all of that all together, I feel.
I wanted to ask you about being in Dubai. How did that help you also shape your career in any way, being in a place like this?
Well, Dubai has been transformative for my career. Like, I came here 10 years ago. I would have never thought I'll be sitting in front of you right now. So, so that's amazing. I feel Dubai is one of the few cities where ambition is matched by opportunity. If you have a vision, you have a space to bring it to life. But having said that, you need to focus on your fundamentals, on the classics, in order to create something in the future.
Do you have a favorite out of these? Because I can, my eye is on the fig one. But is there one of them that you like?
I love all of them, but if I were to pick up one, I am a chocolate person. So
Yeah.
I feel one of my signature is always something to do with chocolate and hazelnut.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I
Nice.
absolutely love that. It's super light, and each of them have a lot of textures.
Yeah.
So I don't like my desserts too sweet. So everything will have textures when you will devour it later.
You had me at not too sweet. Trisha, I got to ask you, Dan was talking about fine dining restaurants earlier on, and you were just talking about signature desserts just now. How important is it for a restaurant to have a signature dessert? Because, you know, obviously they're going to be talking about their main courses, the hot kitchen and things like that, but is it important to have a signature dessert as well?
It is important to have a signature dessert per se, but at the same time, it represents the chef more. Like, for instance, I have the chocolate and hazelnut over here, but also I have prickly pear and fig over here. So when we're going through the thought of creating the menu, it's about the restaurant, and signature could also be something, I think, representing the chef more. For instance, I'm really proud of this prickly pear and fig dessert over here. I've created it around that. I feel it is such an under-recognized fruit. It's the fruit of the cactus, and there are no colorants. It's 100% natural. This pink hue that you see, it's all natural. It's mother's beauty, you know, Mother Nature's beauty. So over here I have a very light prickly pear mousse with prickly pear compote, and it has hibiscus sponge inside, which brings out the brightness of the fruit, and the figs keep the entire entremet very grounded with the earthy notes. So I'm really
killing us.
proud of
We're
that.
I'm just sitting there. I was like,
Drooling
okay, I'm waiting. I was like, it
drooling
sounds
the
so
way
good.
Let's talk about some of your accolades. Recognitions 2021 and 2022, 30 under 30, commended pastry chef 2022 by Caterer Middle East, and of course executive pastry chef at 5 LUXE JBR. You've done amazing. And I want to know how you feel Dubai stands as a hub for dessert culinary arts, as far as the world is concerned.
I feel we're already on the path to that. Like, for instance, Chef Carmen Rueda with bricks, what she's doing is amazing. It's very inspirational. It's about, you know, taking the unconventional ingredients and making something out of it that people don't expect. So I pretty much enjoy that too. Future of pastry for me is more of responsible indulgence, where the desserts are more lighter, more cleaner ingredients, more sustainable without compromising on joy.
Absolutely.
I went to the journey, the bricks journey, and it was insane because a lot of the ingredients used in the dessert don't make sense for them to be in dessert. So when I went over there and tried it, I was like, wow, this is something that's really interesting. I didn't think something like that would be put into desserts like that.
No, for sure. I think that's the fun of it. I love flavor pairing. For me as well, I love doing that. Recently, I did a dessert with black garlic. So I think it's bringing out a savory ingredient as well and using it in pastry where people don't expect it. I think it's beautiful on its own to make people experience that, because there's so many things you can do with a certain ingredient. And nowadays there is also, you can bridge the gap between the savory and the sweet world. So that's what I think people also enjoy more nowadays.
So you really touched a nerve in a good way earlier when you mentioned that you don't like overly sweet desserts. And a really big memory of me when I first got into fine dining was a basil ice cream that I had at Pierre Gagne's restaurant that used to be in the Intercontinental, Rifle, I think it was called. So I'd love to know, what is your favourite dessert in Dubai at the moment?
5 LUXE JBR.
There you go.
There you go.